Yo, what's good? How everybody doing, guys? Thank y'all for joining me for another episode of the Chris and Chris podcast show, guys. Listen, I want to thank y'all for listening to me. Those that's been listening to the Chris and Chris podcast show on Apple Podcasts, Alexa FM, Spotify, Anchor FM, Stitcher FM, Google Podcasts, Amazon. Guys, I just want to thank y'all. I'm just naming, and there's some host of other podcast platforms that the Chris and Chris podcast show is available for you guys to listen to. And of course, you can, of course, those that's watching us on YouTube, guys, I want y'all to continue liking this show. Smash up the likes right now. Share this to as many people as possible. Those that's just like you that love great content just like this, most definitely share it out to everybody in your friends list. Let them know, man, the Chris and Chris podcast show always got great content. You feel me? And also subscribe to this channel. That way I can get in the algorithm with others just like you that like content like this right here. You feel me? And you press the notification button. That way whenever I'm dropping this right here, you guys be the first ones to get notified. So look, I got another great one right here, guys. I got another great one. I had to look down at my phone and be forgetting to turn my phone off. But I got another great one right here. And this right here is a black IRS agent. This woman right here tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. She don't hold nothing back. And I want to commend these black brothers and black sisters that have been speaking up and stepping out and speaking up. I had to say that backwards. Lately, guys, because the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. And you probably, a lot of us be wondering, oh, they doing this for whatever. Listen, a lot of these people that's doing this right here, they're doing this right here to wake us up and to alert us of what's going on for things that we did not know. And a lot of them are putting their livelihood online to wake up the masses. And this woman right here, I commend her and others that's doing this right here. So without no further ado, guys, check this out right here. And again, share this right here, man. Do not hesitate. Please comment, because this is a comment-worthy video that I got right here. I mean, all mine be smash hits. But look, I just want to make sure I continue bringing you guys great content. That way you guys can engage. You guys can comment on this and talk about it, and to continue sharing this right here, guys, because I'm doing this right here for you. So again, without no further ado, check this out right here.
But this is the straw that broke the camel's back. The Federal Reserve is not federal. How many of you did not know before today that the Federal Reserve isn't federal? If you did not, don't be shy. If you didn't know before today that the Federal Reserve isn't federal, raise your hand. Most people don't know that. 9 out of 10 people that I asked off the street don't understand that the Federal Reserve is a non-auditable private banking cartel. They are collecting $36 million an hour in interest from the American people. My children, my 2 children, were born $86,000 in debt based on the national debt. Now, why am I going to take away from those children to give to somebody that is going to be born in 2030? It's not going to happen. So that was my decision. It was very easy. You think about stuff like fear. Oh, the IRS is going to get you. They're going to take your stuff. That's not important to me. Stuff's not important to me. My children are important to me. I'm one of those mothers that will roll up her sleeves with one leg and try to whoop you if you mess with my children. And I think that a lot of mothers are like that. So this is what my decision was. And I went on and started educating people. One of the things that people asked me once I've made this decision and started talking about it, how are we going to run the country without the income tax? I don't know how much Dan got into it, but the Grace Commission report that Ronald Reagan put out in 84, says that none of the money collected in income tax goes towards running the country. But the bottom line is it's not going towards running the country. So you patriotic people out there, you've been fooled. Beardsley Rummel, he was Federal Reserve Chairman back in 1946, did a speech before the American Bar Association. The title of his speech was Taxes for Revenue Are Obsolete. Within the body of this report, he says that the taxes, the income taxes for redistribution of wealth. What is redistribution of wealth? What is that? That's taking from me that I've worked hard for and giving it from somebody else to somebody else. Shouldn't I have the right to redistribute my wealth if I want to? Another question that they ask me is, how come I haven't heard this on TV or on the radio or on the news newspaper. Well, sweetie, the simple answer to that is the same people who own the television stations and the newspapers and the radio stations are the same people who are involved with the Federal Reserve. And here is a little statement that says that it only requires 5% ownership to significantly influence the media. Rockefeller is one of the original shareholders of the Federal Reserve. As early as 1963, the House Banking Subcommittee reported that Rockefeller, through Chase Manhattan Bank, controlled 5.9% of the stock in CBS and the bank and gained interlocking directorates with ABC. I went all the way through high school, all the way through college, all the way through testing for the CPA, and all this IRS training and didn't hear about any of this. You think they want this information out here? For you guys to eat up and chew up and find out what's really going on? I don't think so. Now, another one. Why don't we just tell our elected officials about this? And to make a really long story short, the Foundation, the same people that put out this ad, put together a hearing. And these 40 researchers, we're going to ask the IRS and the DOJ these questions, and we're going to have this big meeting in Washington called the Truth and Taxation Hearings. Okay? So we got together with 537 questions. So we sent them the 537 questions so they could research and have the answers, and what did they do? They reneged on coming. They signed off on it, but they reneged on coming. So you all didn't get to hear the truth. We went on and had the hearings anyway, put it on CD, marched around Washington, giving it to all 535 congressmen and senators. Please look at this information. We got stupid responses back like, thank you for visiting our offices in Washington. The next time you come to Washington, please visit us again. They don't care. Your presidents don't care. Another one that they ask me, or they'll say something like, well, this just sounds like it's some kind of conspiracy theory. Y'all hear that a lot? Okay. But tell me this, what's the difference between a conspiracy and a strategy? Don't you understand that this is all by design? All this black, white stuff. You're white, I'm black. You know, you're Democrat, I'm a Republican. You know, y'all heard of divide and conquer before, right? Why y'all letting them do it to us? While I'm sitting up here arguing with this man about what his great-great-great-granddaddy did to mine, there's this big old fence closing in around us. And while I'm sitting here wasting time and he's sitting here telling me why he doesn't know, we need to put our heads together and figure out how to get out of this fence that these people are building around us. Am I right? Yeah. That's what we got to be. Divide and conquer, we can't let that work anymore. It's been working all these years. Then we need to get together and understand. First of all, you need to understand what is going on with your money. You work hard. It's like we're a hamster on a wheel. This country started out with taxation without representation. Where are we now? Why did we get back to where we started? We got lazy and comfortable. Get out your comfort zone. I never tell people to file a tax return. I never tell them not to file. I never tell people to pay taxes, and I never tell them not to pay. What I tell people is to do your own research, do your due diligence, and decide whether or not you're going to be a slave or get off the plantation. That's your choice. So in essence, you're wasting time. As long as you continue to feed the monster's going to grow. They're going to laugh in your face. Any kind of cause that you have, anything that you're trying to do in your life concerning getting things back on track with our country, the way it's supposed to be, you're going to get laughed at because you continue to give them the money to do whatever it is they're doing to us. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people get the money taken out of their checks and they actually think they're getting, I get back $3,000 every year. They don't take anything from me. I say, sweetie, look at your W-2. They took $14,000. They gave you back $3,000 of your own money. Oh. But the point is, if each of us understands where we are, who we are, and tries to do something about it, then we're going to get somewhere. This is a great country, but it's off track. And who's going to get it back on track? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you all.
Now, that woman right there, I take my hats off to her. I take my hats off to her, guys, because she's up there at the top level of government. She's up there with the IRS. And not to mention, she's a black sister, being a whistleblower. You feel me? And that's what they call people like her, whistleblowers. because she's revealing some things that a lot of us don't know. A lot of us don't know. You feel me? And listen, don't keep this information to yourself, man. Share this right here, because it's all about each one teach one. And I'm just trying to educate you guys. And the information that's being sent to me, I'm sharing it with you guys, because it's important that all of us, each one teach one. If you got some information, share it with someone else. It might help them, because everybody ain't sleep around here. You got some people that's woke, but however, they're dying. And I don't mean literally dying, but they're thirsting for the knowledge and for information like this right here. And if we got it, guys, let's not be afraid, because, hey, it's people out here that's needing directions. And this sister right here that took a stand and spoke out about the powers that be, this is the federal government she's talking about, guys. You feel me? This is the federal government she's speaking about. And this sister thought about, I'm sure she thought about this before she decided to speak up about this right here. Because, see, once you cross that line, ain't no coming back. Once you put their business out there for the masses to wake up and realize that they've been duped, had, lied to, led astray, run amok, yeah, we feel some type of way about that. So we need more people like this that's not afraid to speak out. You feel me? That's not afraid to lose something that was given to you by the powers that be. I mean, the Bible told us, I'm not trying to make this biblical, but you feel me? We got to give up these earthly ways and these trinkets that the powers that be will give you. You feel me? We got to let go of that right there. Let's snap up out of this. So again, she's one of the woke ones. She's one of the ones that's on the inside that's telling the truth, guys. So let's commend men and women like this right here. Whenever they take a chance to sacrifice their livelihood, sacrifice their life for us, just to, basically let us know what's going on. So guys, thank y'all so much, man. Y'all already know what to do, man. Share this video right here. Like this video. Smash it up. Comment on this right here. And press the notification bell, guys. That way you guys can get notified whenever I'm dropping great episodes like this right here. Guys, thank y'all so much. I'm Chris, one half of the Chris and Chris podcast show. Thank y'all so much, man. I'm out. One. Make sure you subscribe to the Chris and Chris podcast show on YouTube. Also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, and a host of other podcast platforms.